So I'll just go.
Do it, and I'll chime in.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, guys.
So here we are. I have my sidekick with me today. We're here to do a little update, and yeah, the news is not so great. In the latest couple of scans, the bones have gotten worse and worse, and they're at a critical point right now where it's actually causing me to be quite sick.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's hard to move around. And it's hard to talk about. And Scott doesn't like to talk about it either.
It's not about that it's hard to talk about, which is something that I think we need to get away from.
Yeah.
But it's, I guess, a lot of it is the fear of the unknowing, which again is looking too far into the future, which is another thing I want to change the narrative on. You know, like, people, we need to, now, right this minute. So yeah, shit news. You've got people on one side selling you, again, giving you time frames, and then you've got other people keeping you positive, and then you get everything in between. So that's why I think it's hard to talk about, because there's so much shit going on.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
You don't
right
know
now.
where to start.
I don't even really know what you're talking about, so.
That's it.
We're just taking it day by day and doing the best that we can and looking at all options that are available to us, which are super limited.
Damn blind thought, looking at you in the video, I have to turn around, yeah, you're still here. You know? That one makes you cry.
So, this is difficult.
And then you have to reel it back in.
Yeah. Reel it back in and just know that there's like still hope. We're not giving up. We're just
We're learning. We're growing.
learning.
We're still learning and growing.
I'm just trying to figure out how to be articulate about the whole thing without being blubbery, right?
But it's hard.
Yeah. I know.
When you're lost in it. We're lost in our own little world way over here.
Yeah.
You know, as much as people are looking from the outside and seeing us in our little globe, you know.
Yeah.
It's not something you can explain.
No.
It's not something that people can understand. And some of the stuff that you went through yesterday, I couldn't imagine other people being able to go through it, but yet when you're in that situation, you never know. I've seen you be a rock star through this.
Okay, so let me just explain what's going on, I guess, medically. Bone scan. All of that black is cancer. So it's all just in my hips and my femur and my spine and my clavicle, my shoulders, and pretty much everywhere. So we're talking about some radiation, possibly to the femur, to the vertebra. There are no spinal cord affected, which is the good news. All soft tissue is clear, which is also the good news. Blood labs continue to look really good, except for the bone numbers, which is the good news. And I'm still very much here to continue on, which is also the good news. So I'm going to figure out how to fix those bones still. We are going to figure that out. We're working on switching up systemic therapy.
I have a challenge in the last 4 weeks because Hollis's pain was so
Severe.
acute that we had to move on to some painkillers, and then
Everything went downhill. Yeah, the digestive issues started, and it got really bad, and pain mixed with digestive issues mixed with
it's causing vomiting.
yeah, I got really sick, so I've lost a lot of weight and back down again into the precarious zone, and I've got some work to do there. That's doable, right?
Yeah, so now it's just about getting the bills sorted out, which we're almost there, because again,
Don't talk about
with the
bills.
painkillers, pardon?
Don't talk about my bowels. Moving forward, do you have anything else to say about like what this is like
For me?
from your perspective, how this feels for you?
Well, there's twofold, right? There's motivation to do better, and then there's the task at hand that is massive. You know, of course I'm angry, upset. Frustrated. All the emotions, like literally every single emotion comes to play, but then I've got to catch myself, right? I've got to catch myself and pull myself back in and stay in the moment, and that's here right now. But again, it's hard to remain focused. It would be so easy to just go out to the bar and drink and forget for a day, a night, a minute, an hour, but it doesn't make anything go away, right? It doesn't make anything go away, and it's always going to be there tenfold the next day because you're just going to be feeling like shit and you can't deal with it. I said to you yesterday as well, like, I still have to be a role model. I still have to show our kid, no matter what happens, that if shit is not going well, if you're up against whatever, like, you know, college degrees, university, jobs, pressure. It's stress. We don't need it, you know.
No.
And if we could find a way to just everybody do one thing a day.
Take that moment, take that breath, take that, like...
I don't know, like, been cooking all my life, done what I've done. Anything that I've done before doesn't compare to this. So everything, when I look back, at that point in time, when I was stressed, I look back on it now and go, that was nothing. So if that was nothing, looking at it in hindsight now, then every time in the future that I feel stressed, I'm going to look at it further on in the future and go, it was nothing. So really, it is all nothing. We just have to learn how to deal with it.
Stay healthy, stay happy, and everything else is bullshit.
100%. Because that's all we have at the end of the day. That's my motivation. I want to share messages like that because it's important.
Okay, so let's keep sharing then. I'll wrap this one up and then we'll make another one. Sound like a plan? Thank you so much for everybody's love and messages and support in the last little while. They have been necessary and received. And we're very grateful for all of the love and the help. So thanks for being there for us. Exact date or time frame, but it just took over. All of the ribs just started. I guess everything was inflamed for some strange reason. I didn't even change anything, but alas, it got really bad. So I had to go in and have all of the scans and figure out what was going on because it was actually rendering me immobile. But obviously the ribs are connected to everything. So it's been a painful few weeks, like no joke. I can make it to the bathroom, and I can like move like that, but you know what? I haven't gotten up to go anywhere. I've been really bedbound, and that has been the worst of it. So as far as treatment, we decided to switch hormone blockers. So I went from letrozole to extremosine. We decided to do radiation on some of the bones that were troubling me the most. So we started with the ribs. We've already done the radiation that was to the ribs. We did that last Thursday. That was tough. That was tough appointment, tough recovery. I seem to have developed some kind of anxiety in my chest area since the radiation happened right away. As soon as they wheeled me out to see Scott after treatment, literally 10 seconds later, I was like, and he was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't even express to you what's wrong. I have this anxiety. So that's still there, and it's slightly debilitating. I mean, it could be the painkillers that I have to be on because of all the pain, and could be some other stuff. I have to take some steroids to keep the inflammation in the bones down right now. My mental health is not in good shape because of that anxiety. It's told me that I can't do certain things now. I'm trying so damn hard to be like positive and like look forward to the spring is coming, and every day is a good day, of course, but the clouds are here. Looking at more radiation on more bones in a few more weeks, and there is a chemo option for me on the table. I mean, I'm a never say never type of person at this point in my life, but chemo and I don't have a great relationship, so we will make that decision as we go, and some of the blood labs are actually doing quite well. So the main problem is the calcium leaking into the blood from the bone. The bone blood labs are just the ones that are struggling, so we need to work on Project Bone Up over here. It's difficult. It's difficult. So that is where I'm at right this moment. I thank you for your messages and your love and your help and your donations and your, I know this has been going on for a long time now, 3 years. Thank you. A word on responding to people and getting more updates out there. You know, sometimes Scott and I are in a place where it's very difficult to know even what's happening for our own selves, let alone to convey the information. Give us time, okay? Just give us time. Thank you.